Hello, blessed channel. Welcome to this live stream. So this is a spontaneous live stream, and well, the story is very simple. A couple of days ago, a follower, subscriber, or someone gladly posted a very nice comment on one of my videos or publication in the community on YouTube. And he was joking about, well, he was talking about the Jewelry Jedi. And obviously, at first, I just laughed and thanked him. I think it's well, him or her. I don't know. Frankly, I don't know. That's not the point. Well, the person was very nice. You can tell. You can tell by the comment. So I just laughed and I gladly answered. And then I answered, in fact, that one shouldn't give me such ideas because I might very well use that name. And then I remembered that that when you take the funniest jokes very seriously, that's when amazing things happen. So that's exactly what I did. And yesterday, I made a drawing. So let's go for drawing, and I'm going to model this in Blender. And here it is. Yesterday, no, it wasn't yesterday. A couple of days ago, I made the drawing. So this is title. This is a new title. And I thought, well, let's do this. Let's change. Well, because I also became the jewelry rock star a couple of years ago, thanks to my students. And I think it's time maybe to leave that behind. It's a great occasion to leave that behind. And does the title of this live stream really is becoming the Jewelry Jedi? Because what I'm going to start as a process, and that's why I want to make live streams about that. I'm going to make the title as a jewel here in Blender, and I'm going to start using the name. So just also about a copyright disclosure and knowledge, because obviously before making the drawing, you can call yourself a Jedi or whatever you want. Obviously, Disney and Lucasfilms, they have all the product rights about the Jedi products, which means that what I won't be able to do is merchandising products using the Jedi name or word, all right? But, and I'm not the first one to use the Jedi term or name or word as part of the name. There are several usernames and channels on YouTube using the Jedi name. So I did my research because obviously I don't want any problem from Disney or Lucasfilms That's not the point at all. And obviously, I won't be making books. I won't be making any merchandise or anything in the real world using the Jedi brand, actually, because, well, brand, name, word, term, because obviously in real life, the Jedi word is copyrighted by Lucasfilms, and obviously Lucasfilms now is property of Disney. And well, these are things that you should research first. So there's no mean of abusing commercially the Jedi word, term, branding, name, whatsoever. It's just the philosophical side of the term, of the concept of the Jedi, the knowledge of the Jedi also, that I prefer a lot more than Rockstar. And well, because basically one goes through life changing, and some things remain the same. And here we are. It's time for a new name, and we're here. I'm going to be doing this live in Blender. So obviously, this is, as always, a tutorial for a modeling tutorial, okay? And you'll be learning things about modeling, and then I will be making the rendering and animation. Okay, so obviously I don't know how many streams I will need to complete this process, because it's a process, right? So welcome to the stream. Welcome. This stream is about the process of becoming Jewelry Jedi, the Jewelry Jedi. Okay, so Blender. So now size. Let's start making a cube just to check the size. What size is this? Where's the cube? Okay, the cube is very small. So let's make a width of the. Okay, this is way too big. So I want the title to be 6 centimeters big, like this cube. So you can always use cubes as references for your sizes or whatever shape you need. And let's start making this like a real size. Okay, so let's bring it here. So obviously the new title and name has Gemstones. Let's save this. Let's go here. 2023. Let's make a new folder. It's going to be called Jewelry Jedi. Let's start saving. So we're going to make the entire process, and yes, it's a lot slower than other tutorial or streams because it's the entire process. Also, the thought process, the mentality behind developing a new name, a new title, a new identity also, obviously. And I'm going to take my time because I'm going through this process. You know, I used to be called the Jewelry Rockstar, but a user came with the name the Jewelry Jedi, and I said, why not? It's a great idea. And this is the beginning of the process. I made the drawing a couple of days ago. Okay, so let's call it JJ. Actually, that's the short for Jewelry Jedi. JJ title. Okay, here we go. So real size 6 centimeters. So if you don't know about okay, 61.8, what is this measurement referring to? Something that we very often used in the design process is the golden ratio. So the golden ratio is a very important proportion, very much studied for centuries and thousands of years through the entire history of architecture, sculpture, arts, and design. And actually, this is not P, not pi, it's P. That's the golden ratio. So anytime I can use it very specifically for something, I am going to use the golden ratio in my designs. Some people already notice that I'm using it because, well, you should know that the sizes of your screens, of your mobile phones, of your paper sheets use the golden ratio as proportions for width and height in proportion like that. Okay, so I'm going to go with that measure for the width, and then we'll simply use the one from the drawing. Let's find what's the ratio here. So this is just a very slow beginning, because as you might know, I always start slow and end a lot faster. That's something you should learn from the Japanese culture, that one must learn slow in order to become a master. Okay, never start fast, and also never start minding the goal. There is no goal of doing this, and this is what helps me going through the process, making the change, processing all the invisible impacts that changing and becoming the Jewelry Jedi instead of the Jewelry Rockstar. It's a very nice process, because I think the Jedi is closer to helping others, closer to nature and the universe, way more than the rockstar concept. Okay, so the rockstar concept, the Jewelry rockstar concept, is now done, finished, accomplished, done, and we're starting the new journey. So my channel name, in fact, the name of my channel never involved these terms or names. The name of my channel will not change. It's just part of some logos or images or terms or references I'm using from time to time. And we're leaving the Jewelry Rockstar behind, and we're going through the process of becoming the Jewelry Jedi. And that's a lot of fun. And also, I'm here to make that and have fun. It's a bit, these streams will be more about the experience, the life experience of becoming someone different. Okay, so that's great. Okay, so now we're here. We need the gemstones first. So let me append from my library. That's nothing new here. Let's go to the library. Let's take the gemstones. Where are you, gemstones? Here we are. Upgraded gemstones object. So we need the diamond first. Okay, so let me append it from a more recent file. Where would that be? Let's go to here. Let's have a look at this one. This should be good. and object here. Let's bring the diamond. Where is the diamond from this file? Let's bring diamond. Let's bring this diamond. Okay, so let's see how big or small diamond is. Let's bring it to the top here. So 125. Okay, that's good for the proportions. So that's the cube. Golden ratio reference. Let's say this. Let's be. Okay, that's great. So now we can hide this cube and let's have a look at the size of the stones. Okay, I'm going to make the stones at 3 millimeters. That's one of my favorite sizes for small gemstones. Okay, so we have this here. Okay, that's great. Now I also need a marquise cut. So let's append a marquise cut from the library. Where are you, library? Where are you, library? Gemstones. Okay, so step by step. Starting very slowly and thinking many things. Okay, so the marquise shape right there. Where are you, marquise shape? Let's center it and let's make it way bigger. Okay, so this one, we have 3 times this. Now the diamond here, same size. So first I'm going to position gemstones. Now 4 by 6. 3 by 6, so 4 by 8, I guess. This is a 4 by 8. Uh, 4 by 8. So if you don't know the proportions of the gemstones, we can always go to the internet and let's go at marquise sizes chart. I want to be sure to be using an official size. Okay, maybe this one. Let's have a look at this one. Nope. This one. Okay, let's have a look at this one. What do we have here? Can we get this image a bit bigger? Okay, this one is bad. We can't even read it. So I'm looking at the charts to have an official size for a marquise shape. It's not always easy to find that. Okay, by example, this is a reference of a carat size and a proportion size, 8 by 5, 7 by 4, 5. This is pretty interesting. So that would be a 7. We can have, okay, 7 for, let's have a look at 7. Okay, this is not good. Let's go at 7, 8, 5, 4, 8, 5. This should be pretty good. Or even a bit like 4, 9. No, that's too much. Okay, 4, 8, 5. That's pretty good. Let's change the material to the diamond. So not this one, the new one, new generation diamond right here. Okay, and then I have smaller marquise here and there. Let's have a look. So obviously, don't forget to copy the proportion on the z-axis. On the z-axis, let's go for 5. Let's go for 75. Okay, now here we have a 2 by. Okay, let's go at 2, 5 for 5. This should be pretty good. No, that's too much. So 225. That's even too big. So let's go at 2 per 4.5, 4, 5, 175. Choosing the sizes of the stones is always very important at the beginning of the design, of a jewelry design. So this one should be and shall be the same. Okay, this is great. We have this, maybe a bit wider. Let's go at 2. Let's go at 2. So these are very small details at the beginning, like the proportions of the stone, like this. Okay, and now let's so here in the T we're going to have baguette in a channel setting, baguette cut right there. But what I'm going to do is okay, this is perfect for the baguette, and let's bring it in place. So obviously here on the drawing there's no symmetry. This line should be in the middle of the T, but obviously I will be correcting the drawing during the process of making the 3D this entire design. Okay, right there. Now check this, 2 by 4. This is the real proportion of the baguette. Okay, so we have this is great, and we're about to start making the structure. So obviously I am going to make a real jewel for the letters, and also something very important. When you're designing something like a title or your own name or things like that, the font, the type, the character font or type font you're using should be your own. So if you look at the letters, this font is my own design. This is very important because also the fonts you could use on your computer from your computer are copyrighted. Almost every font on the internet, on your computer, in the graphical design world and design world, almost any letter is a registered font. So if it's going to be your naming, your name, or something you're going to use to present yourself to the public, something very important. And well, what's my experience with that? I've been designing logos for my own companies for more than 20 years now, and also for clients. Obviously, I'm more a jewelry designer, but as a business oriented, well, because yes, your branding, your naming, your imagery, images, all that is here to represent your, well, your person or your business is very important. So the letters, the font is a critical part of developing your image. Okay, so if you're going to use fonts that are not your own design, well, you're losing importance. You're losing some spheres of importance, even some forms of power or of structure, of steadiness. When I'm talking about power, don't take it like in manipulating others, rather in standing in front of others. So it's very important that you design your own font or fonts or letters or letter. Sometimes it's just one letter. Make it your own drawing, make it your own design. That's very important. So you should take that advice into consideration. Okay, now here for the baguette, I think it's too big. 1.5 for 3. This is better. Okay, so here we are. So do I have all the gemstones shapes? Yes. Okay. So I am going to start with the J. And well, let's start making the gold. It's going to be gold. These are going to be gold letters. And this is funny. Okay, so add mesh flame. This is how it begins. And let's call it the J. Edit mode. So let's erase this for a second. So I'm just keeping one vertex. One vertex. Okay, we are going to have a border, which is very good for the settings, and it's part of the design of the letters. This small border there goes to all the letters, and we should really keep that. Okay, so let's wait a second. Okay, I'm going to start from the inside. Let's start from the inside. Let's extrude this. Let's extrude this on the y-axis. Now let's start. Okay, let's turn the screencast. You're gonna like that, obviously, for the stream. Let's use the screencasting option right there. So you can see that it's going to be extrusion almost all the time. But like I say in many videos or tutorials or streams, the power of any software or any designer for that matter. What happened? Okay, thank you. Okay, the problem is that I should go on top. Thank you. I should go on top of this. This is better. Otherwise, we're not seeing much, honestly. Now, here and there on the y-axis, let's go to global minus. Sometimes it's very important to use numerical inputs. We need a lot of precision in jewelry, so we're very used to using numerical inputs. Just get used to that. 3D is a lot of numbers. So some people believe that artists should not be using numbers that much, but okay, here I need this entire side to go to the gemstone here. This is good. Now, where are we? Last one here. Let's keep. So step by step, very slow beginning as always, but okay, so here, let's follow the design. It goes there. And I want an exact 45 degrees, so same on X and Y. Now, I'm going to take this and that, copy it, move it exactly by 2 because that's the size of the gemstone. And here also, this is the Y position. So for this one, let's copy the Y position -2. In Blender, you can do calculus during your numerical inputs, something you should know. Okay, let's extrude this right there. Let's extrude that. So same here, -1, 9, and -2 and -2. Okay, this is great. And let's close this. So the X position, copy and paste here and there. Pretty good. So very simple numbers here, but it's part of the process. All right, my keyboard is a bit too close. Let's move it backwards. So one of my cats is right here with me. She's called Little Moon. Everybody say hello, Lulu. She's a cutie girl. Right? They're very sweet. Okay, so becoming the Jewelry Jedi. Here we are, and let's hide this for a second. Okay, so here what I can do is add, oh, sorry, not a plane, add a circle. Let's add a circle in edit mode, and let's make it 32. Make it 20 vertices, maybe 24, and it's a bit bigger. Okay, so we're going to use a circle right there at 1.5 radius, and I'm going to move it here. Now I'm going to move this, and I'm going to erase this half. Okay, now this X coordinate, this one and this one should be exactly the same. So let's move. Okay, so here I have this one and this one. They're not exactly at the same position. I need to align this. Okay, this is pretty good. Let's close this here. It's almost perfect. Now this one, the position of the x-axis, let's follow this, F. Now here, I'm going to change this. Let's try to make a circle 4. Okay, what I need here is a reference of 2 millimeters for the gemstones. So what I'm doing is just putting these gemstones as a reference from the inside. That's what I made the circle first. Now I need to adapt this. Let's adapt this. Then we'll see about the amount of gemstones fitting right here. For now, let's see if I can. So let's erase this segment. Let's make the same center. So do a Shift S, cursor to selected, add circle. But let's try this 3.5 exactly. Okay, this is great. Now this vertex, let's move it there, and these vertices, goodbye vertices. Okay, so this should be good here. Okay, so now I have the reference. Let's make an F, but let's make a subdivide at least once, because there the curve is still going on. This is great. F. So the thickness, the border, the size is a lot more precise thanks to the placement of the gemstones. Now let's see on the drawing. Okay, the amount of gemstones might change during the process from going to from the drawing to the 3D model. Sometimes you need to adapt. Okay, here let's start. Okay, let's go 2.0 3. So now when I'm going to copy this, well, we'll see. I'm going to use always the same number if possible. Okay, so it's not fitting. Question is, are 4 stones fitting, yes or no? They can touch like this almost. Let's adapt. So I need to adapt the ending here of the J right there. So step by step, I'm building my own font. Now here, it should go a bit higher on the y-axis. Okay, very good. Here, Z positions. This is great. Let's go with this for this one. Are we good with the rest? Okay, let's select the J. And let's take this. Needs to move very slightly to the right side. This is great. So very slowly, step by step, building the new concept. Because it shouldn't be just the image or the jewel that matters for the Jewelry Jedi. The mind first, always the concept first. Okay, next, gemstone. So here, let's start following, well, let's keep following the drawing. And let's see how the gemstones are willing to fit compared to the drawing. Okay, so I think I have one gemstone too much on the drawing. Okay, yeah, you can see that when using real scale gemstones like here, the placement is going to shift slightly. Okay, now what I'm going to do is that the J, before I continue, I'm going to start making this letter a solid. So I'm going to keep quads as much as possible. So I will be subdividing anywhere needed. Hey, hola Ismael. ¿Cómo estás? Imagino que eres mi ex alumno Ismael. ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenidos, bienvenue au live stream. Perfecto. ¿Cómo te ha ido? ¿Cómo te ha ido? Pues bien, la escuela ya hace años que ya no existe. Básicamente sigo haciendo lo mismo, pero ya no doy clases. Lo cual obviamente me ha hecho muy feliz. No pueden saber. Bueno, hay gente que sabe, pero... No, de hecho es chistoso porque fíjate que llegó de la mano. Hola Brasil, desde Brasil, genial. En realidad no fue por la pandemia. La pandemia fue el pretexto perfecto que me liberó. Pero además seguí dando clases porque me mudé muy cerca ahí en un departamento muy bonito a 2 cuadras de donde estaba la escuela. Y, y yo ya desde el temblor del 2017, bueno, de hecho qué genial que me siguen desde Brasil. En fin, desde el temblor, o sea, como que yo dar clases, pues ya me estaba hartando severamente de dar clases ¿desde cuándo? Ah, qué bien. Sí, aprender Blender es lo mejor que pueden hacer ahora para empezar en lo que sea que quieran hacer de 3D. Aprendan a usar Blender. Pues bueno, el chiste es que luego llegó la pandemia. Seguí dando clases hasta finales del 2020. Diciembre 2020. El 12 de diciembre, el día de la Guadalupe, ahí anuncié oficialmente y públicamente que me retiraba de la enseñanza. Y entonces, Así fue. Y bueno, es cierto que de todas formas, por la pandemia. Oh, okay. So aquí, por ejemplo, so here, by example, all my vertices are not on the same Z plane, but that's no problem. Let's do an A, S, Z, 0. This levels the vertices on the Z-axis. Very practical trick. Okay, so now my J is a solid J, but where are my diamonds? Diamonds, where are you? Okay, they're very high in the sky. Why are you so high in the sky? And why do you have so much rotation? This is crazy. What happened to my diamonds? This is not good. I need to correct this. So, okay, and also they have some rotation. So we want no rotation here. And, okay, so here I can use another small trick. My diamonds. No, porque me harté de enseñar. Entiende eso, Ismael. O sea, en términos simples. Y bueno, no puedes decir groserías aquí en el canal. Y no voy a decir groserías aquí en el canal. Pero hombre. Ah, no, porque no. Yo gano dinero haciendo diseños, pero todo eso de la enseñanza me vale un... I was sick of teaching. Me harté, me enfermé de dar clases. Y sí, me enfermé. Bien, aquí tenemos... So, when you have a lot of objects with different angles and things like that, you can use the Alt key on the rotate. Well, use the Alt key. Let's go to 0. And you can see all the objects went to 0, all right? And that's great. So Alt, then you go to the numerical point, enter 0. Alt, click 0, and that corrects all the rotation of all the objects. If you don't use the Alt key in the numerical entry and before going to the numerical entry, it won't work. So that's very important, all right? Okay, so now that my diamonds are leveled, because that was pretty bad. Okay, so now let's keep making this J as a solid. All right, let's make it Z right there. All right. Okay, so let's make it solid with the solid modifier just to have something visual. So 1. Okay, so here I want to flip the normals. Okay. This is just a reference. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to append the gold material from, I don't know, from one of my clients. Has the most recent, I think this one, object gold. No, sorry, I don't want an object. I want the material gold. So let's append the gold material right there. Let's clean what I'm not using. Perfect. And let's keep becoming the Jewelry Jedi. Just because let's have fun, let's make something new, and let's leave the jewelry rockstar concept all the way behind. We'll be more happier, just everybody's going to be happier, me doing that. It's going to be great. I know that already. Okay, so let's keep distributing the gemstone. So here's the drawing of the new title of my new name, and let's keep adding the diamonds. So now I'm going to follow the 3D model and not the drawing anymore, because that's how it goes. Now we're making the 3D model from the drawing, all right? So let's... Okay, this is great. See, it ends perfectly in the space I have for the gemstone. You need to be lucky sometimes. Well, that's how you become a Jewelry Jedi. Just because. So we have the diamonds there. Okay, so now something very important. I said the letters, they have a border. So the border of the letters, I think I'm going to make them separately. And I'm going to make the letters with decorations on the side, because this is going to be a very, well, I need to make like a high jewelry style gold title, okay? So I'm not just going to make it too simple. I have some organic shapes in the title because that's more my style, you know? And I want decorations on the sides. So, but from the top, let's start making thickness. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. This is going to be the JJ. I know the J. J going to be the border. I'm going to make this element separated, and it's going to be the border. Okay, so let's go to edit mode. And let's start making offsets. Okay, so it's just going to be borders. So let's go to edge mode and let's erase the solid part on the inside. Yes, it's important to erase sometimes. Let's erase these edges. So it's not solid on the inside anymore. This is just the border. So we have this, and now let's offset. So let's make an extrusion on the y-axis, and let's see how much offset I can make. Okay, 1 millimeter. Well, let's go at 0.9. Let's go at 0.9, I think. 0.9. 0.9 is pretty good. Okay, so let's go the same. So I'm going to make very simple offsets first at 0.9 everywhere. And let's make extrusion here on the y-axis at -9. But now here, I need add plane. Let's go at 0.9 because I need this reference at 45 degrees. Well, minus 45 degrees right here. Okay, and I'm going to use this as a placement for this. Sorry. This one is keep it there. So on diagonals, it's always hard to make offsets because you need to keep the distance at a very specific angle and thickness at the same time. One of the easiest way to do that is to add a reference like I did right now. Okay, there. We're good. Okay, this offset is good. Now I can complete this extrude on the y-axis. Let's use the same Y position, copy, paste. So these details are very slow to make, but extrude on the x-axis. I can copy the x coordinates. So that's very technical, but that's why we are here making jewelry design, because this is how it's done. There's not much you can do if you want that type of precision. Okay, now I'm going to go until here and let's make an offset of 0.9. That's the offset I've been doing. So obviously I'll have to adapt the sizes and distances because the letters are sí, obvio, es posible calcular el peso de las joyas desde cualquier programa por una ley de la naturaleza que se llama el peso específico, nada más sabiendo cuántos centímetros cúbicos tiene un elemento 3D y sabiendo el peso específico de tu material, que es ciencia común, puedes saber el peso de cualquier cosa en el mundo real. Así es. Okay, so he was asking if you can know the weights of a jewel from Blender, like from a jewel? So the answer is yes, you can. You just have to know the centimeter square, no, cubical centimeters, so the volume of your object. And when you know the volume of anything in any software, just multiply it by the specific weight, and that will give you the weight in the real world. So obviously that's not a problem. Even for anything you're designing in Blender, you can know the real weight in real life. So that's how it's done. Okay, extrude on X. Copy paste right there. Ok, vamos a seguir haciendo esto. No, acá no quiero borrar. Entonces, bueno, saber el peso de algo puede parecer así algo súper complicado, pero justamente en realidad es muy simple. Sí, matemáticas súper simples. Entonces no hay mayor problema. So to know the weight of an object is very simple mathematics right there. In fact, you just need to know the volume, and generally you use cubical centimeters to know the volume, because most units of specific weight are in cubical centimeters per gram, or grams per cubical centimeters. Okay, here I need to okay, this is great, to level the normals to make them all in the same direction. Okay, great. Top view. Let's keep making quads. Okay, so here, let's adjust a bit here and there. Starting, so like I said, very slowly, step by step. So I'm making a title. The font, the letters are from my own design. I explained at the beginning that it's always very important to use letters of your own design. Exactly like, well, if you want a very good example of creating your own font in something that became very successful, just go to Lucasfilm title, and the letters are very pretty. This font was designed for Lucasfilm. So I don't know the story of the font, of the letters, of the title of Lucasfilm, but what I do know as a designer, as an artist, as just a common citizen and person, this font is very pretty, and it's a huge part in the success of the name Lucasfilm, because the letters, they have a lot of charisma, of personality, and that's something that many people want to ignore, even if you're creating a video game or a very simple title of anything for you as a person, you should never, never underestimate the power of the font, of the letters. And it's going to represent your person. So you must create your own font. And I have done that a couple of years ago when I designed. This is one of the logos I made for one of my schools a couple of years ago. The letters are based on my own handwriting. These letters were very specifically designed for this logo. And this is a registered brand and logo and design. And the font is my own creation. So this is a very old practice for me. And obviously, if I'm going to create a new name, a new image for my channel, for my creations, I have to use my own font. It's super obvious, but many people want to ignore that, and they shouldn't ignore that. All right, so let's keep doing this. So here I won't have, no, let's actually do a very small, let's make a quad even for these corners. Okay, Y position right there. Here we are. Okay, perfect. This now, let me do the same here. -1, so 1 and 1. No, 1. I said 1, the -1. Extrude here, complete this here, and great. But wait, because this is part, so let's try to extrude this from 0.9. I forgot one edge, so let's remove this. Okay, this is nice. So now I need to continue with this offset of 0.9. So it's never easy to create a technical offset, but okay, now, so here I know the size of this circle because I made this circle from a very exact size because I need technical references as much as I can. Okay, so this one was 1.5. Yes. So I have 0.9 and 0.9, and the thing is that this won't fit. Haha! This is very bad news. This is bad news. Very bad news because 0.9 and 0.9. I know it is. Okay, perfect. 0.4. Okay, so it is going to fit. Let's erase these and let's close this one. So here I could, I think I can use the connect edge loop. No, I can't because there are open edges, so too bad. Let's ay, querido Ismael, querido Ismael, querido Ismael. Qué hueva de pregunta. Ay, ¿por qué crees que deje de dar clases? Me hicieron esa pregunta así como 1 millón de... No, no, más de 1 millón de veces. No me importa, Ismael. Entiende que muchas cosas que... Ya no me importa, Ismael. O sea, en serio. No me importa, pero ni lo más mínimo del mundo. Es así como, no, 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 no. ¿Cómo puedes hacer? Bueno, hacerme esa pregunta es como las mejores, es de las mejores bromas que me han hecho en años, en años. Genial. Ta, 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 ta. Ay, ¿cómo saber el volumen? Esa sí es una pregunta de Balson Maya. ¿Cómo saber el volumen? Creo que hoy no voy a explicar. Hoy no voy a explicar. Hoy no voy a explicar nada. El volumen. El volumen. Necesitas exportar tu modelo 3D a un programa de STL. Qué buena respuesta. Bien. So, oh, this is great. So here, what am I doing here? I'm doing a border of exactly 0.9 centimeters. So let's move it up 0.9. No, not that much. That should go with the stones. So wait a second. I know that's okay. This can be any. Okay, so the stone should come out just very slightly here. And this is great. Okay, so I don't know if you guys. Okay, so this is the border. Now, here I'm going to start. So I have this is the base. Let me see how much thickness do I really need. Let's go at 0.8. That's pretty good. Because for a gold jewel, gold is very resistant, way more than silver, and you don't need that much thickness when using gold, okay? But obviously, if you want a specific quality for your jewel, you should use a good thickness, you know, because the weight of the jewel. Oh, and that's something very important. The industry and way too many people in the jewelry world or universe or whatever you want to call it, they care way too much about the weight of the jewel. So the industry is obsessed, and obsessed meaning they're sick. They're sick of the weight in a very bad way, really a destructive way, in a toxic way. The weight of the jewel is important because obviously you need to take care. You really need to take care of the weight of the jewel. It's true, the weight is important. The jewel should not weigh too much because obviously if you make a ring, it's going to weigh like 500 grams for a ring, or 500 grams on your finger. That won't be good, okay? So, but the problem is don't be toxically obsessed by the weight. And the quality has some weight. You need to feel the quality. The jewels that are too light, that you can't even feel the weight of the jewel, of the gold you're having as a product, as a work of art in your hands, well, that's not good. That's not good either. So actually the good clients, what they do first when they receive the jewel, they put the jewel in their hand to feel the weight. And that's part of the approval of the quality of the jewel, is the weight of the jewel in the hand. That's where you can feel the quality. So if the client can't find any weight or like between the size and the quality and the price of the jewel also. Good quality has weight in the hand. You should never buy a jewel that you can't feel the weight of, right? That's okay. So many people think that jewels should be as light as possible. These are very bad clients. And obviously, that's generally the jewelry industry. And that's a very big billions of dollars of net worth each year for the gold jewelry industry. And these people are sick, crazy sick about the weight of their jewels, but in a bad way. In a very bad way. So here we are. So the weight. So now that the offset is done, what I want to do here is a border. And like I said, I want the border to be doubled. And I wanted to have decorations on the side. So now let me see the thickness of this friend. Okay, so this friend should be 178. The golden ratio right there. This is great. This is great. This is great. Okay, so this is just a J. Gotta start somewhere. So where's the drawing now? So don't forget that I do have a drawing there. Okay, so this is a J of the Jewelry Jedi. So we are here to have fun, but also to follow a very specific technique and precision. This is really like CAD design. This is CAD design. Even if it's technically not exactly CAD design in Blender, but okay, now let's put some beveling. Okay, bevel here and the subdivision surface. Let's see what happened with this. Okay, this seems pretty good. So, okay, I need, okay. Let's go level 3, but there's something here I need to adapt. You can see the corners. Okay, the corner here needs to be cut. That's why you want to keep your quads as quadish as possible. Okay, here, and now I need another cut there. This is to avoid that overlapping when making the subdivision in the corners. You can make very specific cuts near the corners, and that's why we keep the quads, to be able to make these cuts. So this is very important here, okay? To avoid these weird shortcuts in the corners, because I don't want these overlapping corners. I want clean corners and clean edges. So let's make these small loop cuts coming to the corner like this, and this makes the quality of the bevel and of minus 1. No. Minus 98, 99. Let's go 99. Okay, this is great. Okay, now here. Okay, here, let's come here, and you can see that we don't have that ugly overlapping edge anymore. Okay, I have that. That's the J. That's pretty good. Okay, general view. Now, let me see. Let me see. Okay, the thickness of the border, I can visually adapt here now. It's cute. Está genial. All right, this is great. This is great. So this is the entire process of making your own fonts, and obviously it's a very slow process, but I'm making a specific designed font. This is my own font, and I'm making this into a jewel. Okay, so don't expect this to be any fast because this is technically very precise. Okay, now what I'm going to do here, okay, this is thick. Let's copy this. Where are you going, border? Border. Let's move it on the z-axis, and like I said, I want some space. -3 millimeters, minus 3.09. Okay, so if you're joining the stream right now, what's going on is very simple and really cool. Somebody on the channel made a comment about Jedi about me, and I answered that I might start naming myself the Jewelry Jedi. And here we are. This is exactly what's happening now, and I'm going to take like the entire week or maybe 2 weeks, I don't know, to make this. So the beginning is always very slow, but now here, let's leave this. Okay, this one I want specifically at 0.9, I guess. 1. Let's go to 1. No, 1.20. 1.15. The base is always lighter than the rest. Then here I will be using, okay, we'll see. I will have some decorations on the side. Anyway, this doesn't matter now. So the drawing, where's the drawing? Here's the drawing. All right, so we have the letters. We need the prongs. So from that, then this entire process is set to a very nice beginning. So add mesh sphere. 3015 right here. This should be 0.6. Huh. Not even. Let's go at 0.8. Okay, 0.8. That's perfect. Let's go to a gold. So this one is going to be a prong. Let's call this prong. All right. So obviously, this is very slow, very slow at the beginning, okay? But making your own creation, because like I said, this is more than just a process. This is not an automated process. This is not automatic. Yeah. 0.6 was way too small. So this is a thought process also, okay? Because it's the entire story of, this is a story. You're witnessing a new step. This is a new day, like they say, in the process. A couple of years ago, some students and specifically started calling me the jewelry rock star or during classes. So I became the jewelry rock star. That was like 2.5 years ago. So I started using the jewelry rock star name everywhere. Okay, this is a prong 0.001. But now somebody mentioned the Jewelry Jedi, and I said, this is a go. This is a go. This is a go. Okay, what I'm going to do here, am I going to do this? I think yes. So here we're going to have some decorative prongs here. And here we are. So this corner should be slightly smaller, but these should be exactly the same all the time. All right. Now let's start shifting the prongs. Okay, this is great. So here we are. That's the story. Somebody mentioned the name Jewelry Jedi, and I said this is a go. I'm going to use that from now on. And yes, you can, but it really tends to become too small. So, and also, if you want to see, look at the design. Let me show you the design right here. So if you look at the drawing, because yes, I'm following the drawing as much as possible. Well, this here, in fact, this is no gemstone there. I know that this is not a gemstone. These are 2 millimeters. This is 2 millimeters. It says, you can see the dimension right there. So obviously, if you just joined the stream, that's a good question. I am making the title as a gold jewel, obviously, for the Jewelry Jedi, well, which is going to be the new title screen and animation also on the channel. So I'm making obviously the jewel as a real size jewel. So the gemstones are 2 millimeter diamonds. So I could put a diamond here, but okay, so diamonds, no, it wouldn't be too small. This would be 1 millimeter. But I prefer keeping the lines, this line clean. So this is a clean line and then the prongs. And actually prongs, maybe you very surely know that the prongs were invented to simulate small diamonds. This is the genius. Actually, yes, you should know that the idea behind prongs and prong setting and pavé setting especially, when the prongs and the pavé setting are properly made and properly polished, the result is they shine like very, very, very small diamonds and like many, many, many small diamonds. That's the concept behind inventing the prongs and pavé setting. It simulates the presence of diamonds instead of diamonds, in between diamonds, and it multiplies the brilliance, the shine of the entire jewel. So the people, because, well, by example, some people believe that it's Louis Cartier, the founding father of Cartier, one of the most famous brands and French brand in the world, jewelry and in the world, that he invented the pavé. That's very not probable. He made it famous. That's more probable, but many people were already in that direction of making prongs. And they were surely invented thousands of years ago, in fact. Then history lost track of prong setting and prongs. But some cultures used to make already very small spheres in gold, and that's the ancestor of the prong, okay? So obviously here I will keep prongs instead of the diamond because this simulates a very, very small diamond. All right, that's for the jewelry history part, which is always very important. Okay, so let's make the range. I'll say this side is very simple, I think. So I could use an array and things like that, but this setting is so simple that it's faster to do this by hand. Okay, let me just check. How long have I been here? 1 hour and 20 minutes. So this is the process of starting here. Okay, so here I already need 2. Okay, let me bring these maybe a bit more to the left. here. Great. Okay, this is pretty good. Okay, let's start. So here, what might happen is that I might need, it doesn't fit. So the prong is big enough to set both stones, but I'm going to make this a bit bigger on this side, and it's going to be a bit better. Yeah, don't worry. Actually, today I started just this stream because I had time. There will be many streams on this process because I'm going to make the entire process of the entire title, the modeling, and the rendering in the animation, because this is going to be my new name and my new title and my new because it's like it is. I'm becoming the Jewelry Jedi instead of keeping the Jewelry Rockstar. I think the Jewelry Jedi is closer to who I am now, in fact, because I will never be a real life rock star, but in many ways I was always a real life Jedi, just because things happen. Okay, here. So yeah, don't worry if you can't follow this stream. And actually, I'm getting tired today, so I'm closer to finishing the stream today. Thanks. Thanks. That's exactly the concept. Yeah, Jedi is it's a nicer feeling, like from the inside also, and that's why. Because a follower, someone on the channel made the comment that you're like a Jedi to me, and I said something like, "Don't make these type of jokes because I might very well use the name of Jewelry Jedi," and here we are. Because then I kept thinking a bit more, and I thought that the Jedi concept, the philosophy of the Jedi's, always represented me way more, because I don't do drugs. I'm not a noisy person most of the time. I'm closer to nature, to animals, to sharing knowledge, to training people and things like that. And that's more like the way of the Jedi's. So I wouldn't be the Mandalorian, by example, because I'm not that extremist in the way. I'm more of the way of the Jedi's. And yeah, it's a lot nicer. So here we are. This is the beginning of that. It's just started. I made the drawing. The comment was made a couple of days ago. It was like 4 days ago, Friday or Saturday. Then I kept thinking for a couple of days more. Then I made the drawing 2 days ago. And I started as soon as possible of making the process of changing the name, because it's a new stage. It's a new stage on the channel, and with my entire community, and all over the place. All right, so we have this. Okay, what we need still yet. Okay, I have an idea. I'm going to finish this the J letter today, and this means, okay, here we need, okay, so when you have the naming is always very important, because if you have the proper naming in sequence, like I do have mostly here, you can select in the outliner and it's much faster. And these will be the cutters. So let's make the cutters for this. I'm missing one, this one. I'm missing this, and Control J. Now these are the cutters. So let's go to edit mode, and it's very easy to make cutters here. So let's take all the tips, individual origins. Let's make them bigger, like 1.5 bigger. And let's make an extrusion like this. Okay, this is great. Let me go this way. So we have this. These are, okay, so let's make a remesh on these guys. And now what I can do is that from the base is going to make the boolean of the cutters, but the cutters, I need to bring them, to lower them. So let me take only the base of the solid gold right there. This is what we have. So the cutters, generally, I do want to be able to see the cone of the cutter inside the metal, because the shine is going to be much, much better in real life when polishing the gold setting before setting the diamonds, all right? So, all right, let's keep the voxel really big. Here, let's make the boolean fast different from the cutters. So we have this, and this is great. Okay, so now comes a more artistic. Okay, so here also the prongs, they're too long. We can see the prongs on the other side. So that's what I said earlier. The proper naming is very important, because it doesn't matter if I have 1,000 prongs. I will be able to select them in the outliner, and I can bring this in position right there. So now I have 3 prongs that are bigger. I think it's these guys. No, just 2 or 3. Yeah, 3. And that guy too. Okay, these are bigger, and I want them to be here. And some are smaller, but it should be okay. Okay, so now the prongs are not coming out. So now I'm going to make decorations on the sides. So this means that I need a profile, I need curves, and I need taper curves. Okay, so let's keep working here. Let's keep working on this, and let's keep becoming the Jewelry Jedi. All right, let's happen with this. Okay, are we all right? Yes, we're all right. So if you're joining the stream, I made the drawing. A follower made a joke about the Jewelry Jedi. I said I might become the Jewelry Jedi, and here we are becoming the Jewelry Jedi. So we're modeling the drawing I made a couple of days ago, and that's my new, well, the name I will be using. That's not the name of the channel, actually. It's just like my nickname, and it's a way nicer. All right. So decorations. So you see that here I have some very classical arabesque, Art Nouveau leaf design, natural designs there. So I'm going to make that around this. So let's start with this. I need a basic curve to the view, and let's get started. I think I'm going to make exactly, wait, because now I need to think. This is pretty nice. This is very nice. but it's a bit too complex for the side because of the size. Because of the size, that's a problem. Okay, so let me put the drawing on this screen. So any designer should know that as a designer, you should always have at least 2 screens, at least. But many designers, we have, because that's a we. Many people have, many designers have at least 3 screens or 4 or 5 or 6 screens. I have 2 very big screens and 1 smaller control screen. And I've been using that for years now. So that's an advice also. As soon as you can, if you're going to be a 3D artist or modeler, designer, whatever, at least get 2 screens or more. Because you always need a lot of reference images or information on the screen at the same time. Like, by example, on one screen, I might have the charts of some measures for the gemstones, reference sizes for the rings, things like that. And on the other screen, on IG is Instagram. Yeah, I'm on Instagram. Let's go to my Instagram there. And my Instagram is, this is my Instagram there. Damien Chevalier La Rose. Let's copy. Well, actually, goodbye IG stream. Okay, so my IG is Damien Chevalier de La Rose. There you go. Great. So, and on the other screen, you need reference images. Okay. So 3 screens is very basic for most designers nowadays, and that's been true for a very long time. And if you're not used to that, just try it and you'll understand very quickly why having that many screens, at least 2. And it's even a bit the same on for gamers. Most gamers, they have at least 2 screens, but the most basic setup nowadays for gaming, streaming, designing, whatever, is 3 screens. So 1 on the left, 1 in the middle, 1 on the right. And some people, they have 6 screens because you have 1, 1, 1, and then on top of that, thanks, Carlos. And on top of that, then you have another 3 set of screens on the wall. So you have the top screens and you have the bottom screens. So the 6 screen setup is a real thing. I don't have 6 screens because I prefer having bigger screens. Like, I'm talking big as 43 inches. So I have 2 43 inches and 1 smaller control screen. And it's technically very important. Okay, so I'm going to make these decorations. And in my work, I don't need very expensive screens. That's something important because generally I try to spend less time in front of the screens. I'm not really reading much on these screens, and the refresh rates of my screens are not good or relevant at all. I'm not a gamer. I need size. Size does matter. No, not always. It's what you do with your size that matters. So size does matter, but depends for what. Okay, so we have this. So now here we're going to get, okay, let's make a shift D. Let's make an extrusion of that. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Okay, so you're joining the stream. I'm in the process of becoming the Jewelry Jedi. So like they say, I hope you'll grant me the title and that you will accept me on the council. Not like Anakin Skywalker, obviously. More like, actually my favorite Jedi, I think, is Qui-Gon. I think. That would be like just the very early, easy thinking. I would say Qui-Gon. Not Luke Skywalker, not Obi-Wan. I like Obi-Wan pretty much, but or Yoda obviously, but it would be more like Qui-Gon. Okay, so this is the side. The side. So now let's start giving some thickness to this as early as possible, which is now. So let's go to top view. So this is J. Side decoration 0.001. Naming is always very important in anything you do. Never underestimate the power of naming things in order. And Blender always starts at 0.001. That's pretty good. That's pretty correct. Okay, mesh, curve, Bezier, circle. Let's center this small circle there. This is going to be profile. Pyramid. 0.001. So let's go edit mode. This becomes smaller. This is the tip. This is the bottom. So this is one of my favorite shapes. It's like the lotus flower, a very simplified lotus flower shape or petal or rose leaf or something like that. This is one of my favorite shapes. All right. Let's accommodate my neck for a second so I don't die in the intent of becoming the Jewelry Jedi. So here we are. Okay, great. This is, so the resolution of this should be a bit higher. Let's go up, always go up like 45. Okay, so this is the profile. It very surely will be too big, but this, let's go to geometry now. We are going to object fill caps, yes, and this is the, okay, so this is great. This is going to be gold. Now, okay, so now I need a taper curve. Add curve, Bezier curve. This is taper Bezier curve 0.001. So what I always do first is that I apply the taper and the selection to the geometry like now. Obviously it won't be what I want, but this is already some beginning. Okay, resolution of this is going to be 45, and I need to set the taper curve correctly. And if you look at the drawing, the reference for the taper curve is this one here. Starts small, gets bigger, and all right, take care. I won't be here much longer today because I just want to finish the J, but I will be here. Well, the next streams will be announced on the community channel on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. and I will be announcing the streams of the following up, because I will be making the entire project live on the channel, so that people can witness the entire process of becoming the Jewelry Jedi. All right. Okay. This is pretty interesting. And okay, so take care. Take care. Take care, Carlos. Okay, take care. See you soon. Here we are. So let's adapt the second. Why is this stream not? Okay. Let's adapt the taper curve. Let's go to edit mode. So you can make, can we make? Yeah, we can edit. The advantage of doing this. Oh. Okay, great. As a client. So when you have the taper curve close to you, like this, close to your design, you can make the adaptation of the taper curve live. And this is great because you can see the result, and from the perspective view, you can adapt the design right away. And this is pretty much what I want. I want the endings to, well, do I? Yes. To be, okay, here, let me explain something in jewelry. So, in graphical design or in drawings or things like that, like in the original drawing, the endings of the shapes can be very sharp. Okay, here, like this is the drawing. But the problem is that if this is to become a gold real life jewel or something, and especially if you're going to 3D print this, the problem is that if you do what I have now here in 3D in Blender, like this taper curve here, and okay, I mean these tips, this is way too sharp, and it will break. It will break when printing, or it will break when when printing or casting or polishing. This sharp tip is a bad idea. Very, very bad idea. All right, I can't really do that type of ending for gold. You need to take the ending, like the beginning and the end right there, and make it a bit bigger, because it needs to be real life solid. That's one of the huge difference between a character designer, a 3D character designer, like for video games or for assets or for movies, and a jewelry designer, a 3D jewelry designer. Because, or a video game designer would keep the tip sharp like this, because it's prettier. It is prettier. It's finer. It's more stylized. It's finer. It's classier. Okay, but I can't do that, and I know that because I'm a jeweler, and I'm a jeweler first. I'm a real life jeweler, and I've been so for 2 decades now, and teacher and all you want. I've done everything in the jewelry field basically. Almost, there's always something new to make, but almost any technique I teach and shared and made. Okay, so I'm just saying that the endings, they must be thicker, because we are here to think of real life. So now it's a bit too thick, so I need to bring the curve down, and obviously I need now to adapt my decoration to the jewel. All right, so no, wait, so I want this. Edit mode, and let's bring my curves. So what I'm going to do is, whenever possible, instead of ending, and this is also something very important for jewelry designers, jewelry manufacturers, anytime I can, and here it's possible, I'm going to finish the tip inside itself. Let me show that. It's going to become this, or if, because that's not the same thing, what I can do here is that I'm going to bring it to the solid ending of the side. That means this. I'm going to finish this on the solid side. Now this shouldn't come out. Okay, so this is going to end. Obviously, it's going to be part of the solid, so it goes on the inside. All right, like this. But now this specifically here, I'm going to see if I can bring it here. Okay. Well, I don't like it. That's the problem sometimes, because yeah, like I said, when possible. So there's the technical issue of the thickness of the resistance, but this is pretty good. Okay, now the ending here, I need more separation, and let me see. Okay, I have an idea also. Maybe let's bring it more like in 3D, like this, and let's hide this one there. So this is what I need to be checking now on a technical and aesthetical side. And we are here because I'm becoming the Jewelry Jedi. I won't be the Jewelry Rockstar anymore. Okay, so here, what I could do is end this. Oh, okay, now I'm liking this. I need to test option because the endings, like I was talking about, the endings of this type of endings in real life, gold, they very easily break, and that's not cool. That's not nice. They won't come out sharp as that. Okay, so that's something you should know when manufacturing jewels. Okay. So let me hide the endings, and I need to find a balance between thickness, prettiness, harmony, and manufacturing the jewel. Okay. So I'm testing. Okay, so what I could do, let me try some subdivisions here. I want something as similar as possible. Okay, this is pretty good. Yep. This is becoming interesting, at least. And it should be visually interesting. Okay, so I'm going to move, on the y-axis here, and we're on the side of the jewel. So let me see if from the top it looks good. Yes, from the top it looks good. Okay, and so obviously when you're developing a design, when you're one of my cats right here. Hello, kitty. Okay. When you're developing a design, it's the time frame is a lot different than when making a commission work. Now I'm making the development, the design of a drawing I made from a very good idea from one of my followers. Like, why don't you call yourself the Jewelry Jedi instead of the Jewelry Rockstar? And I said, you know what? The time has come. The time has come. Things. It's a new step, like the time frame, like the jewelry rockstar time frame is done, and now I'm becoming the jewelry Jedi. All right, so the design process is always very different. You need to think. Okay, so this is nice. This is nice. So from here, let me just check some details of this here. Okay, here. This is going to come like this, and this is too big. But why? Because it's shorter than the other one. Okay, so this goes here, and here I have the same. I have the same preoccupation there. Okay, let's do this. That means that this should be hidden like this. Then it should go out like this, and this is too low there and more on the inside. Sí, saludos a Brasil. Gracias por seguir. De hecho, seguiré. Sí, puedes ver. A lo mejor estos no es importante verlos todos por completo, porque voy a estar haciendo todo el desarrollo de la pieza en vivo el tiempo que sea necesario, para que toda la gente pueda ver y disfrutar todo el proceso. Entonces, buenas noches, Brasil. Do Brasil, Walson. Buenas noches, Brasil. Un gusto, me encanta saber de dónde son ustedes y qué están haciendo. Okay, good. So, I designed this. So now I'm going to copy this. I'm going to make a scale of -1 on the x-axis. Great. So when in Blender, this is amazing. In Blender, you can make negative scales and you get the symmetry of the design. Then you just have to beware of the normals, because when you use a negative scale, the normals of your faces, they're going to become negative when you apply the scale, which you'll have to do. Here you can't see, but if I make an Alt C, I know I didn't. Well, just beware of the orientation of the normals, because generally if they're blue, they will become red and inverted, all right? So it's important to keep track of the normal orientations. Okay, so I have these decorations there. That's pretty good. And will I get to do that all over the place? I think yes. But I have some space there. That's not very nice. But anyway, anyway, I need this RZ minus or 90 degrees and top view, and I need one here. So that's back view. So there, okay, I need one here. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is use the same. Yeah, I'm going to use this same design anywhere I can. Shift D, same, no, this is 90, 270. And if necessary, I will adapt. Let me see how much I'm on the inside. Okay, this. All right, so X. Somewhere there. It's pretty good. Okay, like this one, I'm going to adapt. Let's adapt the endings. And obviously, well, Wait. Let me maybe subdivide this and let me erase this one. No, I don't know. No, I do know. Okay, first let's bring this into frame. So this goes here, that's into frame. Obviously now let's adapt the scales. Well, let's adapt the shapes. Let's adapt the shapes here and let's make it fit. Well, let's try maybe, let's remove this guy. No, wait a second. L on this one. Let's erase this one. And let me see if I can make. Okay, need another subdivision here. And let's come back here. Let's adapt the shape. Wait, so I need to test different options. Maybe let's keep this one here. Let's have. Okay, this is an option. So let's make the ending of this friend somewhere here. Okay, let's see, maybe even, let's go there. So now the problem I have is that the tilt is wrong. I need to adapt the tilt of this side. No, not the radius, tilt. Okay, tilt should go at 90 degrees. Okay, this is pretty nice, but I'm not. Okay, I will keep adapting the tilt as we go. Here we are. So obviously, the chaos of inventing and developing something is always a lot more fun than making a okay, this is great. A commission work. When you're creating something new, you need to grow. You need to test options. You need to see things fail. You need to stop judging anything you're doing. You know things won't be looking good right away, but eventually they'll become something amazing. Okay, so here we are with this. We're almost there here. Okay, so we have this side, this side. We need to fill some holes right there. Here we can do the same. Okay, so here. Shift, whatever. Did I make the copy? Yeah, the copy is made. So I need a -1. Okay, I want to flip it here. So let's go at -1 on the z-axis. So this flips the design the other direction. Okay, from the right side to the left side. Again, a negative scale in Blender makes the opposite design. Right there, Shift D again. I need the -1 on X, I think. And let me see if it fits. There. Okay, so it doesn't fit. Now, visually, I don't exactly need to. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to put this shape visually here in between the space I have right there, like this. Then I will make some simpler designs on the parts that are not exactly visible on the same way. Okay, so let me copy this, rotate. I can also rotate, obviously. Let me make this fit here. Yes, but I want it in the other direction, so I need to find, okay, X1 on X. I need it inverted. Okay, this is great. The only thing I need to check is, okay, so it needs to go more on the inside to fit, okay, there, to fit the tips right there. This is great. This is good. It has to be, so if I go to edit mode, I can scale like this. Sometimes it's better to scale in edit mode than in object mode, okay? Because like this, I don't affect the scale of the design, okay? So we're here. Now, I need to start filling some shape. So here what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a point and extrude. Okay, so when creating a new vertex or something like that, it depends from the 3D cursor. So first I'm bringing the 3D cursor on screen, then I'm making my new vertex. Okay, so here I'm going to add this and see if I can make it fit. Oh, this is pretty. This is very pretty. Just let me bring this vertex maybe more on the inside, so it's going to look smaller. Okay, here. And let me see if I can. Let me see if I can make the symmetry work, because I needed to fill this space. Shift D and let's invert here -1. Okay, -1 GY. Okay, this is great. So there's just a couple of things that I don't like. So before copying, you should should we? Yeah. Okay, let's erase this. So now this is too thick. This is too thick. Okay, so. Okay, great. Shift D -1. Grab on Y. Here. This is great. This is great. So here I'm going to put, I'm going to add sphere. Add mesh sphere. 80/40, very smooth. Let's go to gold. Gold, and this is too big. We've got 1.35, and let's center this better. So I'm going to center this visually there. Okay, so it's going to come here. Okay, this is nice. I love this side. So this side there, this design on that side is it's good. It's approved now. So the problem is that I modified it slightly. So I'm going to erase, well, not the other one. This one is nice. This one is okay. But let me copy this, Shift D, and let's rotate on the Z axis, 90 degrees. And let's go here, and let's keep, okay, so let me see if I think this is better as an orientation. Yes, that's better. So the question is, what am I going to do on this side? So I'm going to try to copy this one, L, shift the X, and I'm going to test possible designs for this small corner. Okay, wait. Where? Okay, this might lead us somewhere. I just need to stay. I need to stay. Okay. This is maybe going somewhere. This is going somewhere. Is it? Yes, it's going somewhere. Okay, but I don't like it. I want it to follow. So I want it to follow this. And it might go to the other side, in fact. So let's try an S shape. Wow, okay, so maybe just two vertices. Sometimes less is more. This is starting to be pretty good. Okay. Here. Okay. Here on the inside. Let's come a bit more to the outside. Here. Okay, and that's okay. This is starting to work. What I want to try, L segment switch direction, because the thickness varies between the tips, between the beginning and ending. So this is all right. Let me try to come out more like this. So we get, okay, so now I am going to subdivide, because here I need the shape to vary more. I want as much curve as possible on this side. Okay. All right, this is great. So these are very small details. You know that, but jewelry design is all about details. And becoming a jewelry Jedi is about the detail of the detail of the detail. Okay. This is good. So this top side is good. This side is good. This side is great. So I might use a sphere right here. Backside. There. But maybe a bit higher. Here. Nice. So I'm following a drawing I made a couple of days ago, if you're just joining the stream, this, and I'm making the J letter of the Jewelry Jedi that somebody mentioned on the channel, and say, why don't you become the Jewelry Jedi instead of the Jewelry Rockstar? This is a great idea, so we are here doing this. And it's for fun, but it's very serious. It's very serious. Okay, so letters. Okay, so I have this, and that. Now I'm going to take this, copy it on the x-axis there. Well, one over here. SX -1, so it flips, and filling the space here in between. From the side, so this should be somewhere here. Okay, yeah, this is great. This is great. The letter's starting to look really nice. So now what I'm going to try is to follow. So these are curves, so this means that I can try to follow the side. So to do that, I can use the curves, or I could bend, or I could use a curved form. But I think I'm going to keep. I think I'm going to keep working with the curves. So obviously, to adapt this is not always easy because of the vectors. But just let's try to adapt the positions first, like here. Okay, now let's go like one by one, ending here. Yeah, let's adapt the tilt of this. Okay, great. You gotta start somewhere. So at the beginning, you just go, the entire curve breaks, the tilt breaks, everything breaks, but you're keeping the same shape of the curve anyways. So just gotta adapt this. Obviously, don't move on the z-axis. Just don't. And adapt to the curvature of the design. It's not easy, but start somewhere. So here I need to adapt this handle. Okay. Then I need to find what ending is this one. No, that's not the one. It's this one. Okay, so this guy needs to come here somewhere, and this handle needs to go way more here. Now, the middle part, which one is it? This one? Nope, it's the other one. it's always the other one. So let's go maybe top view. Top view. Yep. Let's go somewhere here and here. Then I will adapt the shape. Because the shapes, they are interrelated. So I will correct the shapes further. So the beginning, don't be scared. Just do it. Just do it. Like I said, it is going to break. Won't look good for maybe for a long time. Maybe won't look good at all. But then we'll adapt the tilt. We'll adapt the positions and all of that, and we'll get there. We'll get there. So this needs to go there. And there are no tools to do that for you. Like I said, I could bend, there are many, maybe some modifiers. I could use the curve modifier, the shrink wrap, things like that. But here I'm using curves because I want to keep the smooth ending of the curves. And okay, so here I have this. Yeah, okay, this is too short. That side is too short. Okay, let's keep adapting. So here we need to adapt the tilt. Okay, this side is working. This side goes here. Okay, this side is not too bad for now. Not too bad, maybe. Okay, this side is starting to work. I just have this problem with some corners. If you look at this curve, it's breaking too much. That's not always fun. That's not always fun. Not always. And let me maybe have a look at the curve on here from the top. Okay. So now, this is the most problematic one. Let me bring this out. Okay. That's a bit better. This handle needs to... Okay, here I'm going to flip this segment, switch direction, because, okay, this is great. Now, yeah, this is a bit better. So the problem is here. This handle is breaking the curve too badly. Let's try to erase it. I might do it with just the two handles. Let's try that. If it doesn't work, I will step back, I will undo, and we'll get there. Okay, so I'm going to adapt this curve a bit. Okay. And sometimes it's better to redo the design. So to erase the, okay, so 3 are not fitting. It won't work with 3. It's breaking the curve in a bad way. So let me adapt. Let me adapt with only 2 vertices. And the tilt is, okay, the tilt and the distance. Okay, this is starting to work. This is starting to work. This is starting to work. Okay, now let's see if I can bring this a bit more to the outside. Yes, bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it, or bring the point. So this point is a rebel. There's always a point that's going to be here. Okay, nice. Okay, this is starting. So now what I'm going to do is try to erase this side, and this side I'm going to make it different. Okay, so when breaks like this, it means that you don't have enough space for making the turn, the complete turn. This handle is too short, okay? So it's important to give more space to the handles so they can complete their curve based on the taper curve and the change of thickness that you're giving through the taper curve. Okay, so this goes in here. But that's not pretty. That's not pretty. That's a problem. Okay, let's try to erase. It's funny how this side. Now, let's try also to switch the direction. Yeah. And adapt the tilt. This is better. It's funny how this side needs to have less vertices to properly work. It's really interesting because it's happening with all the design on this side because of the curve. Okay, so I'm going to adapt. This is great. This is starting to work because now I have a concept. I have a concept of what's going on this side. This side doesn't like that many vertices or control points for that matter. All right, so let's keep it up, gang. So if you're just joining the stream, well, welcome to the stream. I'm following the advice of a very nice comment I received the other day. And we were joking about becoming the Jewelry Jedi, and I kept thinking about the fact that it's a way better idea to become the Jewelry Jedi instead of the Jewelry Rockstar. It represents my feelings a lot more. Okay, so this is the drawing and I'm following this drawing. So I'm making the letter And I'm making this live because it's going to be a long process and people can learn very nice things on the way of completing this process. Okay, and here we are. Here we are making this happen live and making the 3D model. I will be making the render with gemstones and the animation also, like I did with another project. And this is to, well, to share the experience of going from the jewelry rock star in becoming the jewelry Jedi. And like I said, something very important in this process is that I didn't come up with the name myself. I received the idea a couple of days ago in a comment. That the idea came to me. Somebody submitted the idea to me willingly or not, jokingly, I think. And I was joking too. But then I remembered that the best jokes, when you take the best jokes, you take them seriously and you turn them into something real, like the Jewelry Jedi instead of the Jewelry Rockstar. This is a gift from life. So you should cherish the gift. The idea you're receiving is it's a gift, like a Christmas gift or like a birthday gift, not like a gift like a talent, like a real gift, like a surprise. You should take into account and take it very seriously and think about it and see what it can bring, what it's bringing to you. And if the idea is if the idea brings very positive consequences, then you should take that idea as something more than just a joke. And here we are. Becoming the Jewelry Jedi was not a bad idea at all. It was a gift. And especially if you receive the idea from someone else, then the idea is even more valuable and actually is God sent to you. And you should never underestimate the power of such an idea. Okay, so this slide is working also. These are the hardest parts of the design, obviously, but let's complete that. All right, so I still have a couple of parts to adapt. Okay, let's come here. I need to make these decoration fits. And these decorations are not shown on the drawing. And that makes the process much harder. But this is how it goes. Basically, this is how it goes. It's starting to work pretty well. Technically, it's not very easy to adapt curves to other curved curves. All right, but I have to do this like this because curves have the best smoothness possible. I could do this in many different ways, like I said earlier, but this way of using curves, Bezier curves, to do this type of design As always, this is the slowest way possible, but we're not here to make this in a hurry at all. When you're changing your image, your personal, when you're adapting your personal philosophy, your way of life, something that's going to bring a lot of consequences to your life, to your business, you should take it slow. You should really take it slow. Okay, the spheres, here I have some decoration spheres. These are meshes. These are meshes. Okay, that's pretty nice. 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 It's pretty nice. All right, this is another decoration sphere. Might go here maybe. So this is a work in progress, obviously. It's all about concept. Okay, this one, you can see that this is that this one. No, sorry, GX. No, it's the other one. Okay, here. I need to adapt this more on the inside. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. But now, okay, now it's this one. Yeah, this one I could rotate maybe. You can also rotate the handles. You don't have to move. You can rotate the vertices or the control points. You can rotate them. Okay, this is great. Now I have this space to fill. That's the hard part also, but it should work pretty well. It should work pretty well. So what are we going to do now? Let's keep doing this. Let's adapt. Whew. Let's adapt. Let's adapt. Let's adapt. Not always easy. For the neck. All right. These spaces. Okay, this one is pretty nice. I am going to. What am I? Okay, I'm going to. Okay, let's take this one. L, Shift Y. Let's bring this one here. Let's adapt. Let's adapt this corner. Okay, now this is a bit. Okay, that's because of. This is too much. Bring it out like this, but let's see if GY. Oh wow, this is pretty nice. Okay, this is pretty nice. GZ. All right, we have this. This can work. This can work. This can work. This can work. Yeah, this works, but this needs to go there, and this needs to go there. Something like this. Can I go lower? How low can I go? Not that much. Okay. It's pretty nice. Now let me bring this. Okay, this is nice. We have this space and that space, but this is too poor. So I need to invert because I have more space here. So I need another shape to fill the space better. So you should never, well, you should be always careful when switching concepts. Okay. It's pretty nice. Okay, here we are. This fills the space better. GX, let's put it more on the inside. All right, so I need to fill the entire space there. That part here, let me show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take the sphere. I'm very lucky that one of my cats, see, she's a she. She's very cute. She's called Little Moon. She's right there with me since the beginning of the stream. So that's why I was very happy to make this stream. Okay, here I'm going to make small bridges. Okay, let me keep the sphere now. Let's go to edit mode. Let's make it here. And I need to follow this edge. So I'm going to make very simple columns, if possible. Where are we? Okay. Very simple pillars like this. In the parts that the design has no visibility, I'm going to make very simple pillars. Pillars. Like this. These are the sides where we don't have, okay, so maybe minus 1.5. And I'm just going to make very simple pillars in these areas because there's no visibility, not much visibility there. So I don't need a more complex design in these parts. So let me copy these and let's go there. This one goes at 1.5. That's the distance I've been using all along. Okay, so this completes that space. And actually that's almost the only part that is going to receive these straight lines, because otherwise it would be ugly. Okay, now when you see something, try to adapt it as soon as possible. Like this is too much on the inside. Okay, here better. This is great, this is great. So I still need to work on this side and on that side. Okay, so the story of today and all the following days and streams is that we're here to become from, I'm here to become the Jewelry Jedi instead of Jewelry Rockstar, because like I was saying, explaining and talking about, the Jewelry Jedi feels a lot better about. So I make this drawing, I talked to one subscriber, we made some jokes about that, and it feels way better to be the Jewelry Jedi than the Jewelry Rockstar. Okay, so I'm making the J today. So it's a lot of work for just one letter, I know, but it's part of the process. Okay, here I can do something. Let's make a Shift D, SX -1, and we get the opposite. And let's see if I can make this fit. Here. Let me see. That should be something like that. Edit mode. This one doesn't belong here. And this is, wow, this is, okay, this is working. This is working pretty well. Now, we have one sphere. The curve should be the same. It's pretty much the same. So I do have a symmetry. Let's put it here. That's where it belongs. Yeah, we don't have a complete symmetry. So let me adapt. Let me adapt slightly. This goes here, but this here I was a bit lucky, honestly, on this side. It's pretty nice. Okay, now let's copy the sphere because it's going to fill in very well here also. Just let me see if yeah, this is really nice. It worked. Here I could maybe add. Okay, so I'm not sure of. Okay, let's watch edit mode. I'm going to bring the cursor here to have a reference for this sphere. I can use the cursor reference exposition, the X position of the 3D cursor to center the sphere to this side. Let's center it right here. Okay, now let's complete this space. Okay, okay, I'm liking it a lot, pretty much. So I really need to like this. And wait a second, maybe here we need another pillar. Let's see if I can get one here. Does it work? I moved too much. Don't move that much. Very slightly here. All right. Ah, here something important. Okay, wait a second. Here, this is good. Now on this, I need okay, I need a subdivision right there for the corner where we were doing this at the beginning here and here. Okay, perfect. That's for the corner there. So obviously now this is wrong. Let's see if it fits. Okay, this is fitting pretty well. Okay, so I need to complete this space and this space here. So let's do it. Edit mode. Front view, Shift D, extrude this. So that's the advantage of using curves, honestly. Ha! Hello! Welcome. Yes, today I'm totally live. If you have any questions, well, welcome. So if you're just catching the stream now, welcome first. Obviously, welcome. The story, the news story is that here we are, the Jewelry Jedi. So I used to be the Jewelry Rockstar, but now I will be going with the Jewelry Jedi. So it's the end of a couple of years of being the Jewelry Rockstar. But honestly, the Jewelry Jedi represents much more the way of actually my way of life, in fact, because I didn't really have the Jewelry Rockstar way of life, to be honest, and it came from a joke from somebody on the channel. And we started joking, and I said I might very well become the Jewelry Jedi. So in between jokes, it became something real, and here we are. And because many people enjoy process of designing on my channel with Blender, switch direction. Well, I'm making the entire process live, and so this will be very much official. This will be totally official, and people will be able to see the entire progress on the artistic side, on the personal side, and artistic side, technical side, personal side, existential side, and this will be great. This is a great experience to share, and we'll be going through something very unique. So the idea came out just a couple of days ago. I said it's time to evolve something new, and this new evolution is becoming the Jewelry Jedi. So here I'm working with curves, and okay, and I would like to complete this side. Okay, so what I need to do is to extend. Okay, perfect. This is okay, I have an idea. Generally, we always go with the symmetry first, but symmetry is not always the best idea. So let me test. What if I don't make it symmetrical here? This is pretty interesting. Yeah, it's always nice to catch a live stream about something you like. I know it because most of the time, if I'm having my lunch break or something like that, and I'm alone, you know that eating alone is not always fun. Many people don't like to eat alone. And I love to put some live streams of anything. And it's always nice to have somebody talking during a live stream about what they enjoy doing of their day sometimes. Sometimes I watch like emergency interventions at night. You know, some people follow ambulances or the cops, and they go to places where crazy things happen, and they make live streams about that, for example. And sometimes you can find a 3D or 2D designer. Some very good 2D designers, digital artists make Twitch streams. Not that much YouTube streams, you know, they're more on Twitch. That's funny. But I'm on YouTube, I'm making 3D on YouTube. I'm not on Twitch at all. Okay, so I have this. Now, question is the, okay, so here, let me take this, Shift D, Enter T, separate this selection. So here I extracted this curve. Let me bring the center to the geometry if possible. Yes, and now I need to invert. Okay, let's go to 1. So this is the symmetry of that, but does it work? No, it doesn't work. And I'm not sure if, no, I rather said yes. I'm going to continue. Okay, so I just need to fill the gaps. So maybe this. It would be great if I could find a way of bringing this here. No, I need something to complete this side. But what can I do? Okay, here, this is too thick. In fact, I don't have that much space there. I don't have that much space. And I do have symmetry. So this concept here is not working. But let's adapt it. I need to keep the symmetry. I need to make the symmetry work. Let's flip. So when something is not working, you need to go through chaos for For a moment, you need to accept the failure of a concept. I need to accept failure. This one is not working as it should. Let's try to make a heart. Heart. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. Something like, yeah, come on, come on, come on. This might work. What I don't like is that it's too thick. But let's switch the direction. Let's reset. Okay, let's reset the tilt to 0. And when creating something, like I said, you should accept the testing process, the failure. The creative process is a lot of testing. You gotta test ideas, you gotta test shapes, and you shouldn't judge things beforehand if they're not looking anything good at all. Doesn't matter. So that's generally the biggest difference between creative people and not creative people, is that exact issue. When you're creative, you're very much used to the fact that things won't work. You shouldn't start something like, this is going to work just right away easy. It won't. It's going to fail. It's going to fail a lot. But that's exactly what the creative process is. Flowing with the ideas, the testing, and all of that. Going with the flow. So it's funny because it sounds like a noob concept. Flowing with the ideas, but believe me, there's much more to it. Woo! And you should enjoy the entire process. So obviously, okay, come with me. Come with me. Why is this side so thick? Why? This is okay. So wait. I got an idea. Let's make it cross so far away that it won't be that thick anymore. Okay, so like I said, let's try with 2 vertices. Okay, 2 vertices. I remember now that this side doesn't like 3 vertices at all. This is constant in the entire curve. This entire curved side doesn't like 3 vertices at all. Oh, this might, okay, so I need it to work anyways. So here we are. Let's try switching direction again. Okay, obviously I need to adapt the tilt. No, A, no, L. I need this side. Okay. Come on. Well, time should never, also on the creative side, when you're developing something, time should never be an issue. Never. The goal, well, achieving the perfect balance is more important than time. So it's not exactly perfection. Yeah, it's a type of perfection, You could call it perfection. So perfection is more important than time. And actually that's what I always enjoyed when, well, that's what I enjoy when painting, drawing, or anything. That is that freedom. Free yourself from the time, the burden of time. And many people, they have a very stressful everyday job. And one of the main problems I had with everyday jobs, because yes, I tried, because I was educated to get a job, but it never worked much with me because I would be trying many things and doing other things that were not necessarily efficient. Generally, creativity is not very efficient, but as an artist, I was always very productive. I never had a problem finishing because I know exactly what I want to achieve and how I want to get there. So that's more important than time. Okay, so this. Oh wait, let's try this. So this is too close. Oh ho, okay. We're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. We're getting there. We are getting there. Maybe let's come in faster, all right? So this is slowly, very slowly starting to work. Okay, let me see if the symmetry of this is going to work. That's the question now. Let's try to check the switching the direction. Switch direction, okay, and let's adapt the tilt again. Okay, this side, maybe more like that. Let me see this from the top. Okay, and let's bring. Okay, it means that this handle is too much, too flat. Okay, this is better. Okay, this is pretty nice. Let's see if I can bring this more on the inside. Not that much. All right, just a bit. Like this. Okay. All right. Almost there. Okay. So now the enter P, separate this. Now this, get the geometry there. Oh, no, wait. This. Let's bring it to geometry, origin to geometry. Let's flip it -1. No, wait. 1 Z. Okay. And let's bring it to the right side. That would be here. Okay, now the question is, do I like this? Yes or no? Okay, what I could do. Ah, wait. We could, let's try another sphere here. Okay, maybe this one a bit more to the outside for once. And let's try to make the spheres a bit smaller each time, like 10%. Maybe even bring this one a bit more here. And something like that. Okay, this is pretty great because, okay, this is great. So from the drawing, we're making the entire new title. It's a very slow and creative and time-consuming process. But like I said, the creative process is way more important than the time it's going to take. I don't know how much time it's going to take. I don't really care. I just care about the result here. Do I? No, in the process of making, you know, the joy, having fun of creating a new concept, making something, well, of making something new and engaging and interesting and clever and so many things. Okay, so we're going to take this L, Shift D, Enter P separate. Okay, so I'm using the same shapes where I can. I'm just taking the curve. Now I can make, well, I need to take this 90 degrees. So let's go at 180 right there. And this should be here, but this should go the other way. So it's on X probably. Okay, here. And let's bring it there and let's put it here. Okay. So this is making a heart in the corner. This is just happy accident right there. So I'm going to keep it like this. I might bring a sphere to the game right there. Should be. Okay. And let's put it here. Okay, this is pretty great. That breaks the straight lines all over the place. I don't want the design to be straight all over the place, so I'm making the decorations all around the J. And it's not always easy to make 3D shapes fit in very specific spaces. Okay, now I like to take this shape, so make an L, Shift D, Enter P, separate. Right again. Just this one page. Okay, let's see. This one is that one. Great. Let's bring it. Let's rotate 45 degrees. So yeah, minus 35. Good. Good, good, good. So this is working here. Yes. Now I need a shape to fill this. Let's try. No, it's not going to be easy at all, but let's make a Shift D. This one has no tilt. Let's make an SY0 to reset the handle. And we are going to extrude that. Okay, this might work right from the beginning. Wait. This handle right there, and here, there. Let's bring this here. Right. Okay, let's do this. Okay, okay. But I need to cover. I need to cover. Okay, this is great. But I need to cover this part much more. So let's bring it more to the side, and I need what do I need? What do I need? What do I need? Okay, this is what I need. Okay, so I want obviously a curve to cover this part. Okay, but I just need it a bit more on the inside. Okay, this is going to be great. There. Let's see if I can give it more curve. Here we are. More curve. Great. So, how long have we been here? 3 hours. See, time flies. I've been streaming for 3 hours and well, it's all worth it. Let's try to change the tilt more that side. Okay. Can I avoid? Okay, so this shape now, this shape here, I think it's on this side. Okay, let's avoid that much overlap. And this is working pretty well. Okay, now I need a curve from here to there. This one obviously is going to be hard, but it's the last curve on this design, and it's really interesting, really nice to complete that. So last curve for today. I needed to come there and go there. So I needed to fill this space. And obviously that's always complicated to adapt any type of curve to a specific space, 3D space, 3D curve. So it's a challenge, and that's why, and that's the challenge it takes to become the Jewelry Jedi. So this is perfectly adapted to what's happening here, because like I said a couple of days ago, I was joking with someone on the channel about Jedis and becoming the Jewelry Jedi, and I said I might as well do it. Okay, so only two. Let's see if I can do this with only 2 vertices. Yes. We're almost there. Not there yet, but yeah, we are getting, we are. Okay, let's check the direction. Let's do an L. Segments, switch. The other one's, but this one's better. Okay, we have this. So what we might do, let me try to fill the space here. GY here we are. Okay, that's might be better. I need to test the lot. Okay, this is it. Let's adapt this. Now I can go further here, maybe try to grab the correct control point handle. The control point. Okay, I have this. It's very nice. So let me see if I can bring this handle GY more to the inside. Okay, so the problem is that it works better up, but then at the bottom it's not coming out that good. So I need to bring this handle out again, and I think Wow, I think that we are done. I think that we're done for now. So, Little Moon was with me the entire stream. She's very cute. She's a very, very cute, very small and cute cat. I'm very lucky to have her with me. This is amazing. All right, so we are here. Live, I've been streaming for 3 hours. So I took 3 hours to make this letter, but it's totally worth it. And like I explained at the beginning, this process of creating something important, because this is going to change my life. It is. That's why I'm making the entire process live on the channel. It came from the channel. Someone on the channel said something about Jedis. I said, why not? So I received the idea and I'm processing the importance of the idea. And I'm becoming the Jewelry Jedi. So time is not the question here. Okay, now I'm checking the spheres, the rhythm of the spheres. I think I'm missing a sphere somewhere here, but I'm not sure if it fits. Does it fit? Oh, yes, it fits here. So this one fits here, and I need to see. I can't really change the size of the sphere. Let's try it here also. Yeah, here that's a problem. Yeah, I'm just saying that I can't change, but this is big enough still. Just bring it out more. So the rhythm of the sphere, this is the last touch for today. But this is great. This is great because it's just the beginning. So time is not really an issue here. The importance is the quality of the results. Very specifically, okay, and now the rhythm of the spheres. That's what matters. I think I need one somewhere here. Oh yes, I do. Okay, so one here and one there, I think. Let's have a look at this here. Is that correct? Yes, that's correct. Here. Okay. Maybe even down there. So let's do shift D on the Z axis. Now this one goes more on the inside and to the side. So these are the final touches here for this J. So remember, it's from drawing I made, but it's an idea that came thanks to someone on the channel. So concept is you're the jewelry rock star, but Jewelry Jedi wouldn't be better. Yeah, Jewelry Jedi sounds a lot better, like way better. And it's the process of creating this live, completely live, so you can share the experience. Okay, here we need spheres. So we need spheres down here. Okay, here. Maybe a bit more on here. Wait. So the rhythm and balance of balancing a design, a new design, a creation, is never an easy task. And like I was explaining earlier, it should never be based on time. when you're making a design and things like that, if time is an issue, if it's a job, yes. If it's a requested custom design and you're paid for it, you should better do it fast and quick. Time is an issue when it's a work, a paid job. Time is an issue, but when you're designing something important for your life and the life of others, you should know as an artist, as a designer, you should know as a person the responsibility you have of creating something perfectly made. You should think the aspects and the element that the element is embracing. A design is not just any shape. Art is not just any shape. And that's exactly the thing that people don't understand about AI. AI won't be creating anything meaningful in your existence. It won't. It would just go for the shape of it. And artists know that art is not about just the shape of it. AI won't understand that because humans can't feed meaning to the AI. You can't feed meaning. Meaning comes to you. And to get the meaning of what you're doing, that's art. So you put the meaning in what you're doing. And that's life. That's soul, basically. That's what we call soul and art. So yes, art has definition. Art has rules. It does. This is proof of it. Jewelry Jedi. Here we are. So this is the end. I'm ending the stream now after 3 hours. So my neck hurts, yes, but I don't know exactly why because I'm very well seated here. So, but whatever. Okay, so this is just the beginning of this small revolution, but it reflects exactly like the evolution in my life again. Remember 20 years ago I was a painter. My life was filled with dreams, challenges, a lot of magic and creativity. And every step I was taking and making and everything I was saying was filled with soul. I was making a lot of music, I was making a lot of poetry, I was making a lot of paintings, I was making a lot of jewels, a lot of designs. I was, yeah, having a great time in my life. And then I somehow maybe got lost. I kept I kept creating a lot, but somewhere I lost that deep connection I had with everything and everybody. So I lost that specific quality. Yeah, I started making more money. Yes, yes, very shortly. Yes, I had a big business going on. Yes, yes, but something and people and feelings were missing deep inside. So what I'm doing is coming back to that. So the Jewelry Jedi is much more than just a name. It's a feeling, it's a philosophy, it's a way of thinking, it's a way of life. And like I said, I never really had and never will have the rock star way of life because I'm not much into that type of chaos. I'm into chaos, but not that type of chaos. I'm very much into crazy, creative, productive chaos. But I don't do drugs. I never needed to because they say that my mind has the same structure than drugs. Right? So I don't need drugs. I'm like, yeah, I'm blessed with that. Right? Thanks to life for making me like this. I prefer to have one of my cats with me. She's really enjoying the stream amazingly. She's very, actually my voice is very calming to my cats. They really enjoy my voice. The funny part is that my other cat is not here today, but that's rare. But she's here. She's she's sleeping, but she's smiling. She has a huge smile because I think she's understanding very well what's going on for us. And actually, for us, I mean all of us. Because the fact that I'm shifting from the Jewelry Rockstar to the Jewelry Jedi, this is something that we can all agree. Actually, we can all agree that we can perceive and we can think and we can feel about the fact of going from the Jewelry Rockstar to Jedi is something good. It's good. We could argue why it's good. Well, we don't even need to argue. It's like it's good. It's better. Yeah, it's better. It's obviously better. So this is the beginning of this process. And actually, I made the J today. And actually, the design I started with the J. So I brought the gemstones because obviously we're gonna have some gemstones there. I made the entire design. So the only thing, the big difference from the drawing to the 3D model is that I'm really following the drawing. I'm following the drawing, but something that was not necessarily planned or expected is the thickness of the letter and the decorations on the side of the letter. So, and that's a lot more time consuming to create all these decorations in a specific size that can be 3D printed like I did today. That's that's complex because you need to balance a lot of things. So obviously, like I said, if you go there on the inside, on the back, we have the cuts of the gemstone. Here I have some very simple pillars because I explained that that part needs structure, but there's no room for the designs. And also because in that space, you don't have anything that can really make this space stand out. So that space only have some small straight pillars, but that's the only part of the letter that has those pillars. The rest, actually here, I might fit just another sphere. And I explained that balancing a design when creating a design is yeah, that's a lot harder than just making a specific design from a picture or something like that. Here we're creating something totally new. The shape of the letter, the font of the letter is something I designed a couple of days ago because like I explained also earlier, when you're creating something very personal and life-changing, the font you're going to use must be of your own design. And it's very hard to design letters. So obviously it's based on other letters, but this is totally a custom font that I designed a couple of days ago for this concept. And because it's important, when it's that important, it's very important to design your own letters. You can't use an existing font, and that's also why it's that much time consuming. Okay, so I will be making live streams all the time necessary. Oh, this is pretty nice, right? So this is the render preview, just to end the stream, because this is the end of the stream. So I'm just evaluating the design. It came out even better than what I expected, because like I said, the original drawing, my drawing doesn't show any decorations on the side, and I spent hours today creating the designs on the side of the letter. The letter is shaped and has a thickness for 3D printing and all of that. This is great. So I will be completing the entire title, making the render and animation during the live streams. During the live streams of these days. And this is the beginning. So if you're just joining, well, sorry, this is the end of the streams. I've been streaming like for more than 3 hours. Today it's time for me to go training, to have supper, because it's pretty late. It's like almost 10 o'clock, but at night. So I'm not tired because I had a very pleasant day. And when I have creative days like this, it's a lot of fun. So I totally lost track of time. And well, as always, thanks for everything. And well, join me in this process of becoming the Jewelry Jedi instead of the Jewelry Rockstar. So Jewelry Rockstar is no more. I will be the Jewelry Jedi from now on. And it's all for the better. Thanks to all. Take care. And see you soon.